They always said I'm wrong, but what they doing today? I think they want me gone, but I ain't going away. They told me I was wrong, but look at my ass today. Da 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 da.
Hello, what's up? Once again, Real Sports Talk. So, what's good on the internet? What's good in life? I'm Akiem, also known as LI495. USA men's basketball just defeated Nigeria 156-73. Now, I have a very honest question for the folks at NBC, since of course the game was shown on the NBC Sports Network. I have an honest question for them in reaction to what we just saw with USA and Nigeria. Was that really the game? Was that really the game? Was that really the game that supposedly took place at the basketball arena at the Olympic Park in London? Was that the real USA-Nigeria game? Was that the real McCoy? Or was that simply Bob Costas and Michelle Beadle up late at night playing either NBA 2K12, NBA Jam, or the London 2012 video game? Because it seemed like to me that was not really a real basketball game, that was just somebody playing a video game. Who was playing the video game at the International Press Center and Main Broadcast Center at the London Olympic Park? Because that's what it looks like. USA over Nigeria, 156-73. Oh, and by the way, while it seemed like everybody in swimming, all they're doing is setting new Olympic records, USA men's basketball decided to get in on the fun by setting a new Olympic record themselves for most points scored in a game. 156 points is the most scored since the Brazilian national team dropped 138 on a team from Egypt back in 1988 when the Olympic Games were played that year in Seoul, South Korea. So that record has fallen. A new record has indeed arisen with 156 points, indeed more than doubling up on the Nigerian team. And by the way, not only was there a new team record set for a new team as far as points scored in the Olympics, Carmelo Anthony went straight up berserk. How about him? 37 points in an Olympic game. When you are on a team that is this stacked and has this many NBA All-Stars on it, normally one guy does not go off for 37 points. It's not like Carmelo Anthony is back in the Garden playing for the New York Knicks. Okay, that's commonplace in the NBA, but that is not commonplace when you're playing on a team with this many NBA All-Stars. Russell Westbrook, by the way, also had 21 points. And this game didn't even go to overtime. It was actually far from it, which is why the 37 is so significant. 37 points, that's a new individual record for most points scored by one individual in a game. Not to mention, it was raining threes. The team lived from downtown. They loved it. They absolutely loved it. And Carmelo alone was 10 for 12 shooting from three. 10 for 12 shooting from three. I mean, you cannot understate the superlatives when you want to talk about this game. And considering all the records that just fell versus Nigeria, we know that the United States loves to pride itself on that kind of all-star dunk-a-thon, dunk contest, three-point shooting kind of basketball when it comes to Olympic play. This was something a little bit different. This was what you call records breaking all over the place. And the route normally starts either in the second or the third quarter. Usually the first quarter, the U.S. is just feeling whoever it is out, unless, of course, it's Spain or let's say France, or let's say Brazil, or rather, not Brazil, but let's say Lithuania, who actually they're going to be playing this Saturday at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time. That's going to be their next game. And my prediction is they're not going to blow the Lithuanians out by 83 points. That's probably going to be a little bit closer than that. But going back, looking at the way that this game unfolded, outside of Ike Diogo, who scored 27 points, nobody really did anything. Nobody really could do anything for the Nigerians. And looking at this game, it started out as a rout. This was over from the opening tip-off. You know, this wasn't like what happened with Tunisia, where at one point they were down 12-11, 13-12, and then all of a sudden Mike Krzyzewski had to pull out all 5 of his starters just to make a point about, hey, you may be NBA All-Stars, but just because you are NBA All-Stars does not mean that you're just going to be able to just go ahead and lollygag all over the place. You're NBA All-Stars, but sure, I'm not afraid to pull you out if I had to pull you out. It was not like that. The route started early, 13-zip. Kobe Bryant had 7 points. Kevin Durant had 6 points at the beginning of the game, and then it was after they scored those 13 points where Nigeria scored their first points, and that was only after one of them drew a foul. I think it was Diogo. But anyway, from that point on, the rout continued and continued and continued and continued, and they scored 49 points in the first quarter. A lot of NBA teams, it takes them 49 points. They have to score 49 points. It takes them 2 quarters. But of course, it really is an all-star team comprised of NBA All-Stars, and that's how they play this kind of basketball. 49 points, and that just set the tone for the rest of the night. Of course, they are a high-scoring team, but who would have thought that they'd be breaking records, and Carmelo Anthony would be breaking records, and they'd be shooting all these three-pointers as if it was a three-point contest and a slam dunk contest all merged in one. Who knows? Maybe there was a skills competition going on in the basketball arena at the London Olympic Park before the game with all the 3 points, given the three-point shootout, and the slam dunks that were there, given it looked like a slam dunk contest. So that's my analysis of this game. Once again, thank you for joining us on The Real Sports Talk with all your London 2012 coverage. Once again, rate, comment, react, reply, add, and subscribe. Records fall, records fall, records fall. Hear the sound of that? That's more records falling all over the place. So once again, rate, comment, react, reply, add, and subscribe. Look forward to reading your comments as always. I'm just one guy talking about nothing. So until next time, London 2012 Real Sports Talk, LI495, Akiem Balaam. See you on the internet someplace.
Just a little ways around the corner from fear. Be there,